You get an unknown number. Could be spam. Could be someone you need to find. Could be a number that keeps showing up in an investigation and nobody knows who it belongs to. 6 tools, 1 number. Here is exactly how professionals work this. Disclaimer: authorized use only. Security research, legal investigations, your own data, nothing else. Tool number 1, WhoCallsMe. Before you run any technical lookup, start here, because the first question isn't who owns this number, it's has anyone else already dealt with this number and left a record of it? WhoCallsMe is a community database where real people report numbers that called them, spam campaigns, scam operations, robocall centers, fraud attempts. Every report stays permanently attached to that number with a comment describing exactly what happened, the script the caller used, how many times they called, what they claim to be. What makes this intelligence genuinely valuable is that it's behavioral. Database lookups tell you who registered a number. WhoCallsMe tells you what that number has been doing. An active fraud operation leaves a distinct pattern in these reports. Dozens of people describing the same scenario, the same opener, the same threat. You're reading the history of how that number has been used, not just who it's assigned to. Free, no account. WhoCallsMe.com. Tool number 2, NumVerify. Now the technical layer. WhoCallsMe told you what the number has done. NumVerify tells you what the number actually is. NumVerify returns carrier name, line type, country of origin, and validity status for any number you search. The line type result is the piece investigators care about most. Mobile numbers are registered to real people with real carrier contracts. Landlines are tied to physical addresses. VoIP numbers, from services like Google Voice, Text Now, or commercial burner providers, are virtual, often anonymous, and frequently used by people who don't want to be found. A number that presents itself as a personal contact but comes back as VoIP is a red flag that changes the direction of the investigation immediately. You're not dealing with someone's real phone, you're dealing with a throwaway. Free tier covers meaningful monthly volume. NumVerify.com. Tool number 3, Spy Dialer. You know the line type, now find who's behind it. Spy Dialer runs a reverse lookup against US phone numbers. No registration, no payment, nothing. Just a number in and a name out, along with carrier and general location. For most legitimate active numbers, it returns something useful immediately. The feature that separates Spy Dialer from every other lookup tool on this list is voicemail retrieval. It can pull the greeting recorded on a number's voicemail, live, from the carrier, without calling the number yourself. People record voicemails with their actual name, their job title, their company, sometimes their email address. It's the kind of organic first-person data that no database contains because it was never entered into one. One voicemail greeting has closed gaps in investigations that hours of database searching couldn't touch. Free, no registration. SpyDialer.com. Tool number 4, EPIOS. You have a name, maybe a carrier, maybe a voicemail. Now pivot from phone number to online accounts. EPIOS checks a phone number against a wide range of online platforms to identify where that number was used as a registration or verification contact. Not just does an account exist, it returns specific details about linked accounts, and where Google is involved, it can surface the associated profile photo, Google ID, Maps activity, and last seen data. The reason this pivot matters is that phone numbers are now primary identifiers on most major platforms. Two-factor authentication, account recovery, app registration. A phone number touches more accounts than most people realize. One number can open Instagram, WhatsApp, a payment app, a delivery service, and a professional profile simultaneously. EPIOS finds all of them without the target receiving any notification. Free tier for basic lookups. EPIOS.com. Tool number 5, Sync.me. EPIOS maps accounts. Sync.me maps social identity. Sync.me finds the social media profiles directly linked to a phone number. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, sourced from users who have connected their contacts and social profiles through the platform. The database is crowdsourced, similar in concept to Truecaller, but the output focuses on social presence rather than caller ID. For investigations where you've confirmed a number is real and you need to connect it to a visible public identity, a face, a profile, a network of connections, this is often the tool that makes that bridge. A A phone number that returns a LinkedIn profile with a job title and employer, or a Facebook profile with photos and a location, has just become a full identity instead of a string of digits. Free with limited daily searches. Sync.me.
Tool number 6. OSINT Industries. Everything covered so far, spam history, line type, owner name, voicemail, linked accounts, social profiles, OSINT Industries attempts to surface all of it in a single query. You input a phone number and it queries hundreds of live sources simultaneously in real time, not a cached database. Live. The result is a structured timeline of every platform that number is registered on: WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Snapchat, Viber, payment apps, dating platforms, lifestyle apps, with account creation dates, last active timestamps, and profile details where publicly visible. The timeline view is what experienced investigators reach for specifically. You can see when accounts were created in sequence, which tells you when someone started using a particular service, and sometimes reveals patterns in how an identity was built. Breach flags layer on top. Accounts that appeared in known data breaches are marked separately, with the breach name and date. Export to PDF, DOC, Excel, or JSON for documentation. Subscription-based with trial access. OSINT.industries. Different tools, different intelligence layers, all from one number. Subscribe for more. Drop a comment. Which tool in this workflow surprised you most? See you in the next one.